All right, hello and welcome to the Football Guys Show. My name is Biola Ubiwale, and of course, you know how we do it. We do it 12 o'clock every Saturday from 12 to 1 p.m. talking about football. It's exciting for me today. It's not as exciting as I wanted it to be because we haven't gotten all the transfers in. But I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that in a bit. Of course, the Euros has gotten to almost the semi-final stage. The quarterfinals last round of quarterfinals will be happening today, and then we'll have the semifinals, and then we have the finals. The Copa America as well is going on really good. Brazil in the next round, I think Peru beat Paraguay, or is it the other way around? We'll find out later on in the show. But that also is happening. That's talking about the Copa America and the Austrian Grand Prix. Thank you very much, Max Verstappen fans. We are here. We don't talk about Formula One every time, but I mean, this is Max's season, and I wanted to be on record that I was there fanning him when he won his first Formula One championship. Mr. Rogers is shaking his head, but yeah, that's what we're doing here today on the Football Guys Show. Let me just start off with this. If you want to contact us or reach out to us, you can do that on Twitter at the Football Guy. That's TheFootballGuyz. Or if you want to watch us live, I think we're watching like on YouTube, right? That's YouTube, Twitter. That's a Boom Radio NG on Twitter or YouTube. The NG one on Twitter. On YouTube is Boom Radio NG, and I don't know if it's on Instagram as well. No, not Instagram. Facebook. Yeah, that's Boom Radio NG on Facebook. So YouTube. I said Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. You can watch me live if you're tired of listening to just my voice. Like, who's this fine guy? Who's this guy behind this nice voice? Let's even see that we can, send him dollars. Yeah, you could do that, and it might just be a lot easier to do that and get on the show. Well, we're trying to get either Eben or one of the guys, in today. Last week I swallowed spit. It was not easy. I don't think I want to do it again this week. But anyway, we'll try to get one of them on the show just to have a bit more diversity and in terms of opinions and everything. But let's start off with the Euros. The semi-finals have been set. The first round of semi-finals, it's going to be Italy versus Spain. In a way, it feels like that's kind of a derby game. It's not the Iberian derby, which would be Spain and Portugal. But, these two teams coming as rivals that have not really enjoyed their season, their past few years. I think Spain since 2012, since they won the Euros, it's not really been the most interesting side to watch. To be honest, I don't think anyone had expectations of this Spanish team, to start off with for this tournament. The fact that they've come this far is phenomenal for them. Now we hope that this is their last bus stop because Forza Azzurri, And on the other hand, we have Czech Republic taking on Denmark and England playing against Ukraine. So, I mean, it's a very, very interesting Euro tournament going on at the moment. I have Eben here with me, so let me just bring him on first of all. Eben, you said from the beginning that Italy were your dark horses. I don't want to share anything with you, but here we are. You now have this situation where your predictions are more or less coming to pass. I would say that almost as if you say they're going to win it this time, they're most likely going to win it.
Of course, I know how fit I am.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's not loud enough. Hello, Eben.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's a bit better. It's a bit better.
It's a bit better.
But now I'm echoing.
But now I'm echoing. Yeah.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, this is fine. This is perfect. No echo. Your voice is loud enough.
Awesome.
Let's go. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. So go
I know
on.
I know how great I am at this football analysis of a thing, and I know people are aspiring to be like me. so, it's quite interesting to know that, as I said, that everybody will be surprised at how Italy looks. So now that Italy has gone far, I hope people will listen to me more and understand that I'm always right when I analyze all these things.
Mm. But you watched the game yesterday, right? The game is against Belgium. I
Yes, I did, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah. So Super K was on the group. Sheva, he was complaining that it's boring football from Italy. I honestly don't think we are here to entertain anybody. We're here to win a trophy. So it's fine. But
But,
do you think that
but
there's
I strongly disagree with that with what you
okay?
said.
Okay, why?
Yeah, because I watched this with a couple of friends, uh, and I was not the only one that said this is one of the most interesting matches of the Euros because it was end to end stuff.
Mm.
It was as Italy attacks, Belgium repels, they actually go out forward and attack. Italy repels. It was basically end to end stuff. Now, of course, you are leading 2-1 second half. You may want to slow things down a bit. But that's not even what they did because they still had some chances in the second half. But like even at that, let's even say for some reason it was boring. You have to understand that this is just like you said, it's a competition. We're not here to make anybody feel excited. We're here to win a trophy and bring it back to our country. But I strongly disagree that it was a boring match. I feel it was very interesting. I enjoyed this. In fact, I enjoyed it so much that I was willing to go and watch it again. I'm willing to watch it again today. I think they're doing the highlights at around 2 o'clock or so. So I'm actually looking forward to watching it again. That's how interesting it was to me. So maybe because his desire for Belgium to win did not come to fruition, he started feeling like it was boring. It's normal to expect there was something that can go your way.
Let's dissect both teams. Okay, let's dissect both teams really quickly. If you look at the way Belgium set up, right? Do you think maybe they missed Hazard?
I do not say so. They don't miss Hazard because Hazard did not play extremely well in the matches he played. So I don't see anything he would have brought on that would have been different.
So what do you think? What do you think Roberto Martinez could have done differently? Because we look at the midfield: Witsel, Kevin, De Bruyne. I think Torgan, and let me just get the lineup out. I think Torgan started as a wing back. De Bruyne played in a more, I think he played in the attacking midfield position.
Yeah. He played more advanced. So in order to answer your question of what Belgium could have done better is what I said at the beginning of this competition. Italy is the only team that plays as a team. It means so much for them together to win matches, to win this trophy. Belgium has some good players. They have a great team. The team is beautiful on paper, but they are not as team oriented as as Italy. So, for example, if you want Belgium to score, who do you expect? You expect maybe De Bruyne gives a wonderful pass to Lukaku, Lukaku scores. Or once Torgan Hazard does a magnificent collar to the top of the net. Or you don't. How many other people can score? That's what you have to think about. And how many people are they trying to create chances for to score? That's the thing. But Italy plays as a team. They want to win. So they can give the ball to anybody. They know who is making an advance run. They know who is staying in the defense. And that's another thing too. Italy's defense has been super strong. I think before, who was the last people they played? I've forgotten their name.
Austria.
These people that they played.
Austria.
Yeah, Austria. Before Austria.
They hadn't considered any goals.
Considered any goals for like 6 or 7 matches.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
They also have that tightly knitted defense. So if you even look at Belgium's goal, to me it was a soft penalty. It wasn't supposed to be given, but according to VAR, it must be a clear and obvious mistake. But to me, it shouldn't have been given because it was a very soft penalty. But that's the only way they could score, through a penalty. So the only thing I would have said is maybe Belgium should have employed more tricksters into the box.
Yeah, so now
to dribble.
Let's even look at that.
And then
do you look at? I mean, because I watched Belgium's game against Finland. That was their last group stage game, and I was very very frustrated with Lukaku. And I will say this again, because a lot of people say, "Oh, Lukaku, he scored so many goals, blah blah blah," but Lukaku is a one-way striker, and it is very frustrating because I look at the fact
So,
that it's easy to just mark him out. Finland did it, and Belgium did it again. So it's very very frustrating. I think even Portugal did it because he didn't score against Portugal. I think he even had a very frustrating game against Portugal. I watched the first half of that one, and I was like, nah, man. All in all, the game was it didn't give me good vibes. I missed the second half, which was a lot better. But to be honest, right, Lukaku, he's really not it at the moment. In the sense that I don't think Belgium can depend on him for the long term. I think it's time to find another striker that can give them something different. I look at Italy, for example. You have Belotti, you have Ciro Immobile, and Ciro, target man, can find the back of the net from anywhere. But you have Belotti who comes on and gives you a bit more dynamism. And maybe Michi Batshuayi is that guy. He may not be the most prolific striker on the club level, but I think for his country he can turn up.
so I only say I want to believe that you're only saying this because you're a Man U fan who hates
No,
Lukaku.
no, no. I like
Because
Lukaku. I like Lukaku. I just
no,
feel
I don't.
I
I
just
don't
feel
know. I
he
don't
needs
know.
to.
I
I
don't
need.
know.
I feel he needs to evolve his game.
Lukaku because if you ask me, the last game was it Finland like you mentioned? I can't
Mm.
know one of the group games that they were playing that they were struggling. It was Lukaku that opened up the game for them.
Yes, it
So this
was
is
it
the
was a
thing.
De
You
Bruyne
know
pass to
Lukaku
Lukaku.
plays
Is that ball to feet thing? That's what I'm saying. What if so
Lukaku
look at how
plays
they marked
according
him
to
out.
he
Look at how
plays
they
according
look how Chiellini marked him out in the Italy game because of that ball to feet thing, which is exactly what I'm saying. The reason he scored against Finland was because the defender is not as good as he is. All he had to do was just turn him. He knew how to stand on in front of him and turn him because he's physical. He couldn't do that with Chiellini. There's no way he's doing that with
because
Chiellini.
Chiellini is not an amateur or a young
Exactly, which is
or
my
an
point.
inexperienced.
Which is my point.
No,
You
so
know,
that is the thing. What I'm saying is that let me now ask you a question. Do you think which striker do you think would have passed Chiellini? Let me ask you that question.
I think Benzema would have had a good time. I think Benzema
That's not
Benzema
true.
Benzema is very dynamic.
So
Benzema
what
is not a player that
the
you can
difference?
pin down.
So
We
the
s- we
difference
we saw it.
between what you are
We saw it all through the
no.
tournament.
So this
They couldn't. You can't
hold
mark
on.
Benzema out.
The difference between Benzema and Lukaku is that it's just like what you've said, dynamism. But Lukaku plays more to instructions. The instruction that
No.
Lukaku gets is no, hold on. The instruction, if you look at all the games, the instruction that Lukaku has gotten is get into the box, let them be a target man, let them pass to you, hold the ball and bring in other players into the match. That's what he does.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Benzema
But he's not a
given,
target man.
is
First
given
of all,
a clear role.
he's
No,
not a
hold
target man.
on.
First of all,
Benzema,
and he hardly. My thing is, he hardly plays with his back to goal. It's a whole
who's that?
Lukaku. He hardly plays with his back to goal. He's more like put the ball in the box for me.
That's all he played. That's all he played in Serie A this last season. It's like he did not watch Lukaku.
No, he
That's all he played
in the Serie. So you see, this is the thing.
Yeah,
In the Serie A,
I
right?
watched almost all Inter
In the
Milan
Serie A, Lukaku
matches.
was
And
dropping
even
deeper. Lukaku was dropping deeper to
No.
link up play. He was.
So,
He was dropping deeper to link
yes,
up
he
play.
was.
He's not doing that at
Of course,
Belgium.
but more than
He's not doing that at Belgium.
yes.
He's
So
playing.
what does that tell you?
It means that's what
does
I'm
that tell
saying.
you?
That's my point. Is that he's
That's
not even
playing
doing
instruction.
he's not even doing the target man role
No,
that
that's-
you're really
playing instruction.
describing.
That's what he did to sink this team. They were leading them 1-0, and all they needed to do, they put in De Bruyne. That's someone that is intelligent enough to play with how Lukaku was playing. And Lukaku was basically the one that created the two chances for the two goals. That's what he did. See, Lukaku can play as a power forward that holds people and brings other people to play. He can drop deep and move. He can also receive true passes for long run, for counter attacks and all that. But the fact is this. The fact is this. Let me tell you the real fact. The fact is this. Italy knew what to do against Belgium. That's the truth.
And I
They
agree.
knew what to do against Belgium.
Fake.
It's not for you to single out Lukaku and say you were frustrated. I feel that that's very, very antagonistic. Again, and like I said,
I just
anything.
honestly, I just think that Lukaku did not have the best tournament, and it was towards the end of the tournament. Because my point is that, look, it's not about me being a Man United fan. I didn't even want Lukaku to leave in the first place, but I understood why Ole sold him, and it is this same thing that we're discussing today. It is this same thing. Lukaku doesn't. No, hold on now. Lukaku doesn't give him the fluidity that he gets from Martial or Cavani or Rashford, and it's the reason why I'm not saying Lukaku is not a good striker. I'm not even going to say he's not a world-class striker, because that would just be unfair and irrational. Lukaku is a good striker. He's just not. He's not. Let me just say he's not my favorite kind of striker, and even with the fact that hold on, but even with the fact that I can say that, right? I look at my favorite striker is Morata. Morata is because that's a personal thing. I don't even think so. You see, this is the thing. If I want to say who my favorite striker is, ideally, I think to me it's Benzema. I think Benzema and Cavani. I think those should be striker role models at the moment in football.
I've never you mentioned Cavani before.
No, honestly I didn't rate Cavani before I joined Man United, but now I've seen the lights.
Exactly.
I didn't know. I've seen the lights, but I didn't rate him because I didn't watch him enough. I wasn't watching the Ligue 1. So, but now, right? You're breaking up, Iben.
No, I'm listening to you.
It's breaking up so that I can enter.
We have Perry here. We have Perry here. Kuli.
Iben, I want to say congratulations. I know the viewers.
I've always been. I accept it with pride and.
I know the listeners don't want to hear this, but Iben, for once in your life, I think you were spot on with the Italian prediction.
It's not for once. I've always been right to my prediction.
Oh please! If you are right, you'd have been winning. You'd have been giving us odds to win with.
No. So that's the thing. I may not be able to predict down to specificity. Yeah, but I can look at the teams and say who has the heart, who has the desire, and who plays more. And I gave you my reasons and it's very clear. So, for example, you saw when Lukaku almost scored that it hit the thigh of one defender. That's when De Bruyne did one big cross and Lukaku almost scored, but hit that guy's thigh and went out. You saw the way they celebrated with that guy. That shows team spirit and desire. And which is what I saw that most people don't see, because I'm a more people person than you guys. You guys are very wicked. That's why Biola can be antagonizing Lukaku when the whole team was maxed out. It was not just Lukaku.
Right.
De Bruyne also did not have a great. He didn't have
De
a great match.
Because De Bruyne is a. You see, these things are obvious. These things are obvious. Lukaku man mark him. De Bruyne don't mark him. Just watch his passing lane. That's what they were doing. Block his passes. Because that's where he's dangerous.
You're basically proven what I've said.
Which is what?
It was not that Lukaku had a bad game, but that Italy knew how to play Belgium.
But you see, so this is my argument. As world class players. No, so you see, as world class players, you should be able to change things around. No, this is not. What does Man United have to do with this? We're talking about European Championship here.
This is how you guys do. You guys single out one person and paint the person bad. The team was not able to capitalize against Italy. Finish. It was not Lukaku. Lukaku has no fault in this team. That's what I'm trying to let you know. And that's what Man U fans do that really pisses me off.
Okay. So the fault. So the fault was not on anybody. Okay, go on.
You guys pick out somebody and then push the person down and blame the person and make the person look like he's a bad player, which is what pisses me off a lot about it. See what you guys do to Pogba on a regular, and that's what I'm trying to say. You can't look at a whole team performance and then pick out somebody, especially when it is clear that the other team had a clearer understanding of what to do against a team. Lukaku is nowhere to play. Just the same way De Bruyne is nowhere to play. I didn't even see the Tottenham Hazard even do anything in that match. There's nobody that did anything in that match that was great. There's nobody. So why you pick out one person and say this person is not dynamic? It has nothing to do with being dynamic. Whether he was dynamic or not, they already knew what to expect and knew how to defend against it. So don't pick out Lukaku.
Okay, so I won't pick out Lukaku. I'll pick out Lukaku and De Bruyne and Torgan Hazard. You can go at all of them.
You praise the team that won. You don't pick out the other people when they didn't do anything bad. That's what I'm saying. If this team, if they play the same way against any other team, they would have won. That's the thing.
Okay.
You have to understand.
I agree with you, Ben, because football starts from the goalkeeper to the defenders to the midfielders before it gets to Romelu Bolingoli Lukaku. So singling out Lukaku is just like saying the other 10 players or the other 9 players weren't there. Lukaku may miss an opportunity, but defenders do make mistakes. That's why it's called a team sport. Who I would blame is the coach. Team selection matters in games like this. And that's why I feel Roberto Mancini is very much underrated. Because I love Mancini with all my heart. I felt he was the best man to take Man City forward. I really did feel it. And that's why I'm even agreeing with you, Ben, because Mancini is a coach that he plays a team sport from Inter Milan to Manchester City. You know, he has been a coach that, I mean,
no, he's a winner, right? He's a winner. He knows how to make the best out of what he has.
He's a winner. And the Spain that they are playing, there are high chances that they may go to the final. And if Italy meets England, which is most likely going to happen,
I mean, the English press are already. They're already.
I would love it to come home. I would love it to finally come home. I would love it to finally come home. He's coming home, but there's a high chance that Italy would pull through. And these people, the Italian team, didn't play minnows, if you ask me, in the knockout stages, in the group stages they played. Even in the group stages, they didn't play minnows, because if you look at Switzerland now, looking back, you would say, wow. For them to dispatch Switzerland that Spain had issues with,
that France had issues with.
You know that it's a team. So, and that's why I really give it to Iben, because most times Iben is a fatal pilot that doesn't land this plane. But this is the first time that Murtala Mohammed Airport is receiving Iben's plane. No.
We want to say congratulations. We want to say congratulations for Iben. AKA Ariro Asagora. This episode will be called the Iben Plane Landing Edition.
Because
Totaliso edition, because for the first time his airline has successfully landed a plane, and he has been right about.
You guys are being unfair, because I predicted Chelsea win. You guys said Chelsea will not be.
No, please, that one. Anybody could have said anything. Anybody could have said anything. So that's anything could have said anything.
And I told you people to put your money on Chelsea, and Chelsea won. Why? So this is why I said that you guys are just beefing me, because I predicted all this. I predicted Chelsea winning the Champions League. You guys said no, it's a lie. Man City defeat them. I told you no, Chelsea. Well, who won again? Now again, you're like
your predictions are like an athlete. They come once.
This Champions League was some few days ago. Some few weeks ago. And you're saying
But Bella, I want to talk about something, and I'm so happy we spoke about it on a previous session on the show. The Swiss team, the teams that were supposed to be like the Leicester Cities or the Aston Villas of and they were making a lot of errors, but
they tried. So Xhaka didn't play. Xhaka didn't play. You know, they took Spain all the way to penalties, and once it gets to penalties, it's a lottery. I think that was Switzerland's plan from the onset. You know, because like we watched it, you know, they also lost Embolo early in the first half, you know, which kind of, maybe not too early, but which kind of made things difficult for them. I feel if Embolo was available throughout the game, he may have given Spain problems. But I think this was the game plan from the onset. Go all the way to penalties, and then let's just see how it goes in the lottery. Unfortunately for Switzerland,
I wonder how they play such terrible penalties, because against France, They scored all their penalties. So how did you manage? For example, someone blasted over the post.
No. The thing is, defenders played the penalties. If you ask me, against France, you had people like
Shaqiri, Xhaka
played a beautiful penalty. But once I saw the names, Fabian, Shah,
but Shah takes penalties for Newcastle, so it's not like
he does
he's the
because
worst.
it's Newcastle. I mean, but
no, I'm just saying he's not the worst. He's not the worst penalty taker.
But is he the best? Can you compare him to Xhaka that is a set piece specialist? Can you compare him to Xherdan Shaqiri that is a set piece specialist?
So players like Shaqiri didn't take a penalty, Seferovic didn't take a penalty, Ricardo Rodriguez didn't take a penalty. Let me find the players who took penalties.
This guy took a penalty. Against France. Check for France. Because,
against France, Gravanovic he played, he scored. Sharp played, he scored. Akanji played, he scored. Vargas played, he scored. So it was the same people. The first four against France were the first four against Spain. The same guys.
Wow.
Literally the same guys. So
I just feel they were destined to go out.
Yeah, it be things. To be fair, it wouldn't have been fair. It wouldn't have been fair if Spain had been knocked out. Because I think Spain played better. Hold on now.
That's why.
Because oh God. Even off your mic.
I was hoping Spain would have gone out, and it pained me when they got to penalties and they could not play sensible penalties. It was very painful. Spain really deserved to go. Spain did not deserve to even get to this place. They drew horribly. Guys.
No, but then they've done what they needed to do now.
I prefer to have gotten a tattoo on my eyeball than to have watched those Spanish matches. They were very dry. Look, Morata was missing chances as if he was missing a long-time girlfriend. I don't know what was happening.
And now they're in the semis. So
they didn't. That's what I'm saying. They didn't deserve it. They still don't deserve it. I prefer Switzerland to have made it through. It's just a shame that you go and flex your muscle against France and then lose to a rubbish Spain.
Iben, this one you said they don't deserve it. Let them not come and deserve it.
Yeah, I'm
But anyway, let's move on. We've spent a lot of time on this.
I said this one you are saying that they don't deserve it. Let's not go and deserve Italy.
We'll laugh at you. We'll laugh at us. But anyway, let's move on from this. We didn't, the other games, the other quarterfinals, England against the Ukraine, Czech Republic against Denmark. I want us to pick winners of these two so we can have our own fantasy semi-final and talk about that. England against Ukraine feels almost very straightforward, isn't it? I think Shevchenko has more or less overachieved already with this Ukrainian team. If he goes past England, give him a new contract. but to be fair, I think Shevchenko has been fantastic, with this Ukrainian side, getting the best out of the players he has. And let's not take anything away from Ukraine. They have a lot of very good quality players. Players that would hold their own against their own peers in sense of Switzerland, Austria, I dare say Poland. So they were able to knock out Sweden. It's a game that could have gone either way, to be very honest. So now they're at the point where it's if we beat England, we're at the semis, two games away from the trophy. And all of a sudden it feels very realistic. But is there a chance that Gareth Southgate blows it here, or are we seeing him in the semi-final?
Well, so I'm not seeing him in semi-final. But of course, that's because I genuinely have a beef against England. Yeah.
So also
another thing, I fully accept that terminology as regards England. Now, another thing that we have to also realize is that the way Ukraine will be able to beat England is to have a good defense, because I feel like their attack can do well enough to beat. I feel England has not really faced a strong attack. Yeah. So I feel a good attack will defeat England. That's all. Because
they played Germany. They played Germany.
Germany, what are you saying now, Biola? Germany were playing like it house 14. They didn't even attack. I watched that match.
So I mean, taking a leaf from your book, is that not praising the let's praise the winner rather than blame the losers? Don't you think maybe because England
I clearly stated I have a beef against England.
No. Let's remove your bias here. Let's be rational here. We praise ourselves with the fact that we give people logical and rational analysis. Is it fair to say?
That's why I was upfront about my beef.
Yeah, fair enough. But I mean, if we're being rational, right? If we're being objective, is it fair to say that England defended well against Germany rather than Germany's attack being, blunt? Especially, I mean, Müller had a really good chance. I think the best chance of the game, and he fluffed his lines. The one person you would have wanted to be behind that shot was the person that was behind the shot, and he just did not. He just didn't put it on target.
Which is why now you are kind of proving my point that we can't praise England but blame Germany. Because you see, that's the thing. Because Germany was, to be honest, Germany was crap, to be honest. To be very honest.
Okay,
so I expect a better match against Ukraine. I expect something we'll be able to watch. So hopefully there will be goals and not 1-0 like England usually does.
But again,
I feel people should praise Sterling more because he has been their hero throughout this tournament.
But
so
I think
yeah.
So the game against Denmark against Czech Republic, I think definitely over 2.5 at least. Even in the first half, both teams are very open. They also both defend well. They both attack well. So, I mean, the Czech Republic, Patrick Schick, he's had a very good tournament. Still, I'm not expecting anybody to go all out and spend money on him. But yeah, he's had a great tournament for Czech Republic. Both teams should be very open in this one, and I expect Denmark to win like 4-1, like they did against Russia. But regardless, right? The Czechs have done way beyond expectations. I think if you look at all the teams in the quarterfinals, you would say the weakest team there would have probably been the Czech Republic, and if anything, they deserve to have come this far.
Well, I would have said Ukraine, though, but yeah.
Okay. Czech Republic, Ukraine, one or the other. So let's just say if Denmark go through, England go through, England-Denmark semi-final. Fantastic, a great opportunity for England, or is this where Denmark can actually show us how good they can be?
So I think if it gets to Denmark, England, then if England beats Denmark, then I think haters should have a rest because I feel the Denmark team has a good attack and they know what they are doing. Yeah, that's what I would say. I think they are also motivated from the Ericsson debacle and everything after that. So while I don't expect England to beat Ukraine, but if they do, I feel it will be hard for them to beat Denmark. But if they do again, I know Biola will just be wild.
No, my ideal final is Italy against England because either way it's a win for me. I'll be very excited. If both teams play in front of each other. But obviously, I've been an England fanboy since I was little. But I love Italian football. So it's like either or for me. Mancini, like I said before, fantastic manager. I don't like Gareth Southgate, to be very honest. I think he's a bit timid.
I think he's very bad. I think he's a very bad coach.
He's too conservative for the England team for the players that we have that England have at their disposal. Rashford has been wrapped in a cotton wool, but Sancho should be playing more. Grealish should have been starting every game. It's
not even about that. It's the way they play. They don't play with much dynamism, like you mentioned, and they don't play with much intelligence. They basically just kick the ball forward and hope for the best. I feel they can do better than they do. You have Sterling, you have all these players, and nobody is asking for Christ's sake. Harry Kane has scored just one goal, which was just sad.
It's happened.
It's just the whole thing. How can you play? Was it 5 matches they played now, and you scored only 5 goals?
Yeah.
That's just it's so disappointing when you have some of the best strikers, some of the best attackers in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it's so sad.
I think when if you look at the goals that Harry Kane, Calvert Lewin, Marcus Rashford, Jack Grealish, the goal and assist contribution, Raheem Sterling, Mason Mount, you're now thinking, wow, it's like such a quality team, but yeah, whatever. But let's run away from the Euros now. The Copa America, even again, congratulations to you, because it's your guys talking about Messi's boys, who are they're doing what they have to do. Now they're in the quarter final, and Brazil won yesterday. First of all, a 1-0
Yeah.
win over Chile. The goal came from Lucas Paqueta. And Fred played 90 minutes again. I just want to put it out there because I'm not a fan of Fred, but whatever it is. Peru drew 3-3 against Paraguay, but they were able to win on penalties. I like the Copa America because they're not even wasting time with any extra time. You don't win the game, go straight to penalties. I feel they should have done that in the Euros. Don't waste time. These players are tired, but whatever. Tonight, Uruguay play against Colombia, Argentina against Ecuador. Perry, I know you're a Messi hater, but you think another opportunity for Argentina with this Messi side to at least get to the semifinals and face either Uruguay or Colombia? It feels like, yeah, it's a great opportunity for Messi to try and get to the final at least.
Well, first of all, I would have preferred talking about the Euros than talking about this kind of. But since you have given me the opportunity, I'll be very realistic. I will not be like some people that think that England will not go to the final. I would say the truth and I'll stand by it. This is a great opportunity for Argentina. Because for the first time they are playing as a team, not as a group of individuals. And I may not have fully watched all their games, but I come across a lot of extended clips, and I see the gameplay is more of a team than an individual game, and I think that's why they are going to flourish. Sincerely, I see them going all the way to the finals, except there's a huge setback, and I feel if they do really want to win the tournament, their Messi needs to be dropped so that the team can flow. If you ask me.
Oh my God. If a hunter really wants to kill an animal, he should drop his gun. Wow.
Yeah, but Messi
there.
was very instrumental against Bolivia. 2 goals and an assist.
The guy started off with saying he will be rational, then ended with an irrational statement. I don't know how this guy does.
How do you drop Messi?
Messi, I guess, look at the team you called Bolivia. You are going to play teams like Uruguay, Colombia. Messi has not produced any meaningful impact minus stats padding.
Okay, if we're talking about stats padding, and I will give you the stats. Messi has the most goals in the tournament, and he has the joint most assists with Neymar as well.
Exactly. I don't know what Perry is getting off on. I really don't.
Who's the highest goal scorer in the Euros?
Own goals. Own goals is the highest goal scorer in the Euros.
Now, Biola, you are not being rational. You are not being rational, Biola.
Yeah, but it's Cristiano. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. We know that.
And he's no longer even in the tournament.
Yeah, and how did he get it with like 10 penalties? So you see, that's not.
No, it was just one now. Was it not just one penalty?
No, he scored 3 penalties, 2 against France. What do you mean?
Okay, yeah, true. 3 penalties.
Yeah,
That's true.
Don't say it. Ronaldo is good.
Are those goals not goals? Are those goals not? Doesn't Messi? No, but Iben, why are you talking like this? Doesn't Messi thrive on penalties? Was it not penalty and free kick that he was using to score for Argentina for a long time? Are you joking?
You are confusing free kick.
No. Should we do this for Argentina? I remember the World Cup qualifier games that they've been playing where Messi has been scoring all their goals. It was penalties. Most of his goals were penalties. So we can go there too. And I mean, I know that Ronaldo, yes, and everything, but Messi is king of penalties, if anything.
Excuse me, please.
Everybody knows it's penalty.
Hold on. Penalty. Yesterday, did you see the woeful display of penalties? You think penalty is for
it's for everyone. It's not easy. Go and take it. If he easy,
When
do
When I
am.
took my penalty in my
you
school, I
eliminate your
scored.
country.
If
it
easy,
was
do am.
Mbappe would have
If Mbappe was all
Mbappe would
that,
have
France
scored.
would have probably been in the semi-final by now.
Mbappe is the dad.
Oh.
So see,
So it's by age now.
anyway, to be
It's by age now.
anyway, anyway, to be, let's come back to rational talk. If we're coming back to rational talk, it is very irrational to say Messi should be dropped because he has the most assists and the most in the team. So it only makes sense that it doesn't make sense that someone that is not a hitter will say Messi should be dropped. It's impossible. And another thing too is that you have to understand is that even if Messi doesn't play well, the mere fact that he's on the pitch creates a threat for the team. So that's just the difference.
I beg, let me hear what. Let me hear what. You know,
As regards to Copa America,
is it the ref? Is it the ref? Is it the ref? Is it the ref? Is it
I think to be about this Copa America, I think the greatest challenge for Messi to win this trophy. See, I look forward to saying, guys, Messi is the best in the world. Maybe he has won international trophy now. That's what I look forward to saying. But to be realistic, I feel the greatest challenge is Brazil, because Brazil look more. First of all, they have great players, and they look like they are hungrier for this thing. So, but let's watch and see.
Okay, so I'm expecting a Brazil-Argentina final, and I'm expecting the same kind of results. Messi gold medal. Messi silver medal. Let me not do anything there.
It's like saying water is wet. We all know how
it's
going to end.
Yeah, it is.
Will he retire? Do you think he will retire this year? Huh?
No, he'll play World Cup next year. He'll still play World Cup next year.
Okay, so he's not going to retire this year because
no, he'll
normal
play World Cup.
It will be so sweet to laugh at you guys.
And
I pray my God,
to trust in Jesus. Is that the song you wanted to sing, or you're talking about something else?
Wait, Biola, wait. Even if Messi doesn't win this thing, because you said it's to laugh, I have the perfect voice note for you.
Ah!
Let me give you a preview. Let me give you a preview. Shame.
Oh, God.
That would be so fantastic. Oh my goodness. Well, if you're just joining us, this is the Football Guys Show. My name is Biola Biwale. I'm here with Eben and Perry. We've spoken about the Euros. If you missed it, you can always catch up the podcast later on in the week. We also spoke about the Copa America. We just wrapped up on that. And now we're going to transfers, where everyone gets excited. It's the transfer window. And there's quite a lot to talk about, to be very frank. People have been, it's been a low-key transfer window, but there is still a lot to talk about. I mean, for example, PSG, what a transfer window they're having, right? Finally, they get a right back. They've been battling with this thing for a long time. Now they have a right back. Hakimi, 70 million. It's a done deal. Sergio Ramos, Jorginho Wijnaldum, and Gianluigi Donnarumma. 4 fantastic players in positions that I wouldn't say they necessarily need. They didn't really need Donnarumma, but it was an opportunity they couldn't turn out. They couldn't turn down. Wijnaldum, definitely, they need that kind of midfielder in their team. And they're still trying to get Moise Kean on loan. And I think with that would kind of wrap up the summer, as well as Mbappe signing a new deal. There's still no confirmation on that. They want him to get a new deal. He has 1 more year left in his contract, so they'll be very much working hard to make that happen. Messi as well is a free agent, and I saw this news that PSG have offered him a contract. And I was saying this. I was like, why hasn't my team tested the waters with Messi and just see what happens? But it's funny news. It's funny news to see that only PSG have been brave enough to defy Laporta. But yeah, it is. They've always been doing that to Barca. It's not today. Let's start with Jadon Sancho being confirmed finally. It's done deal. £73 million is the amount of money, or 85 million euros, however you want to look at it. But Dortmund feel like maybe they didn't get the right amount of money, especially because Sancho had 1 more year left in his contract. Maybe they just felt they had to sell him or lose him for free, definitely next summer. But it's a fantastic signing for United, guys, isn't it? Finally, we have a player on the right hand side. We've been asking for one. One option, one player that we one position that we needed to fill. Still a few more to go, honestly, but I think it's a step in the right direction. Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
guys are
yeah,
Scousers.
yeah. Nobody,
Yeah, you guys are
nobody
Scousers.
really cares.
You guys are Scousers. I forget. Um, Talking about Scousers, right? Rafa Benitez is the new manager of Everton. He hasn't really given. That is not fantastic news for the fans. And I honestly, if I was an Everton fan, I would sell. I would renounce my season tickets. First of all, he coached Liverpool. Second of all, his football is so boring. It is horrible to watch. It is terrible to watch. I don't know. I don't know if he's the man for the job for Everton, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Tottenham finally have a manager. I thought we'd throw them all the way till the end of July. And it's Nuno Espirito Santo who takes the job at White Hart Lane. Finally, Patrici always wanted him, so that's done. Now let's talk about Andre Silva, who has joined RB Leipzig, as well as Calvin Clark, who comes in from Red Bull Salzburg. But Andre Silva comes in from Frankfurt, and a good move for them. Second highest goal scorer in the Bundesliga, arguably the highest goal scorer, because Lewandowski will always win it. So it's like silver medal is almost like gold medal in the Bundesliga now when you're talking about highest goal scorer. So great one for Leipzig, great transfer for them. Patson Daka has also joined Leicester City. That's a confirmed one, and of course Boubacar Soumare as well. So fantastic for them. Let's talk about Varane, guys. Is it ideal for him to leave? In terms of talking about Perez, do you think Perez would let him leave? I'm hearing news about how Real Madrid will go for Pau Torres if Varane leaves, but I feel like their primary target is Mbappe. Is there going to be a situation where Real Madrid will lose their starting centre backs?
I think I want to quickly comment on three things. First of all, Jadon Sancho to Manchester United. I wish him all the best. I hope it's not another Memphis Depay. That's the first thing I would say. The next thing I would say, or another Angel Di Maria. The next thing I would say is concerning PSG. They always have an amazing summer, Novi today, including Sergio Ramos. So I wonder how Pochettino is going to mix all of them. But I have faith because it's Mauricio, so he has a better coaching.
No, but the players are there, isn't it? The players are
even
there.
Thomas Tuchel, he has a good footballing brain, but in PSG it's very different. It's very tough. So it's different, believe me.
I think Poch can make it work, because I think I said, Kimpembe is rubbish. So finally he can be on the bench. Ramos Marquinhos in the Ligue 1, I don't think they'll have any problems. Wijnaldum gives them a lot more dynamism going forward.
We are looking at the Champions League. They would most definitely win the Ligue 1 because the coach of Lille has gone to Nice. So, a lot of reshuffling, everybody. But I think Memphis Depay has left Lyon. Teams are getting weaker, if you ask me.
Yeah, true.
But what I think is the only team to look out for is Olympique Marseille.
Marseille, I was going to say that.
Dynamic coach. They are making a lot of dynamic signings.
Yeah, let me just try and reel out their signings. I'll get all the signings
talks
for
of
them.
Guendouzi and all that. So they're looking at a very exciting team. But now when you come to Varane, I think Perez does not fancy Varane, because you can't let Sergio Ramos and Varane go at the same time. But I think he really never really fancied Varane. Varane was a Zidane defender, if you ask me. But they have the likes of Eder Militao and then Pau Torres. Maybe you would throw in David Alaba in there, and you have three options. If this guy is ready to play, Nacho, if he's ready, because he's always not ready, then he can also come in. But it more or less, Pau Torres is
I mean Jesus Valero as well, who was out on loan, I think, at Granada last season. He's a good backup option. Honestly, if you get Pau Torres with Alaba, I think their centre backs are okay. Then you're now looking at a case of Nacho, Militao, and Valero as being backups, for the team altogether. I think they'll be fine, to be honest. Yeah, Marseille, we're talking about Marseille signings, right? So they've gotten Cengiz Under and Paul Lopez on loan, both from Roma. I guess Mourinho is not interested in either of them. Matteo Guendouzi as well, yeah, he's being talked about, but Arsenal wants to sell him, so that's the thing, and they want 20 million euros for him. So that's what makes the deal a bit complicated. William Saliba, on the other hand, will be joining on loan, and he'll be going to Marseille. I wish he could have gone back to Nice. I thought his partnership with Todibo, who has joined Nice on a permanent deal, would have been great to see. Leonardo Balredi as well, who is a centre back, also joins Marseille. So he comes in as a transfer, 8 million euros for Ballardi. So Marseille are really doing it. They're really doing it in the transfer window, and it's great to see. Sampaoli should have a nice time. Oh yeah, they got Conor de la Fuente as well. Let's not forget that, the American boy. So he's coming. Gerson from Flamengo, 25 million euros. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting Marseille side to see next season. To be very honest, I'm looking forward to seeing how they turn up. In the Champions. Well, they're not going to be in the Champions League, but I think they're going to be in the Europa League next season. But also in the Ligue 1. Also in the Ligue 1, I'm looking forward to seeing how they turn up. Guys, before we go, are there any other transfers that maybe you are hoping to see happen or you're expecting to happen? Messi will most likely sign a new deal. Are Barcelona going to sign anyone other than Memphis, or do you think it's Memphis, Eric Garcia, Aguero? It's been an okay transfer window for them, hasn't it? They're really looking to reduce their wage book by letting a lot of players go, and they're doing that fantastically. But altogether, it seems like for one more season, right? Ronald Koeman should be able to at least challenge for the La Liga.
And that Barcelona, because Barcelona has a wage problem. You mentioned that they are doing a lot to get it down, but the for them to sign Messi, in fact, I read the news today that they are going to have a discussion with the La Liga president. What's his name? I forgot his name. But to discuss whether they could be given an exception for Messi and all that. So right now they have a wage problem, and if they cannot get it done, then Messi may not be able to play for Barcelona. So I don't think we should just gloss over the fact or make it how would I say it, unexpected outcome, because there's a lot of uncertainty as regards that. I also would love to see Messi go to PSG and play with Neymar and then win the Champions League. So that would be nice.
I was going to say something. Doku has been linked with Liverpool already. The rumors are out, especially because I'm guessing his performance yesterday against Italy was superb. Do you guys are both Liverpool fans. Would you guys be interested in that kind of move? With Shaqiri, Origi, probably even Harry Wilson. Since you guys don't want to keep him, it's fine. Harry Wilson all leaving. Do you think maybe Doku comes in to do what Jota did, with in the team? Give you guys more options and also have like quality on the bench.
Yeah. I like that Doku guy, by the way. He plays very brilliant, and I like the fact that so there are lots of straightforward players right now who don't have any tricks up their sleeves. So it's always nice to see a player that can do some magic and do some flips and tricks. Because sometimes when you play against a very defensive side, you need someone that can do those things, maybe draw out a penalty or be able to beat the player based on those skills. So it would be a very nice thing if he's coming to Liverpool. I actually like the guy. Yeah. But I don't know if he would want to come and be on the bench. That's another thing, because although he's very young, I think he's just 19.
I think he's 21.
Yeah, so...
But yeah.
Okay. He may not want to do that early on in this. I don't know. But it would be nice to have him.
Well, lastly...
At least all these flops like Minamino, Shaqiri, all those guys, they should go away.
Lastly, Arsenal have gotten a left back in Nuno Tavares. And I know they're talking to another. Yeah, they want to get this Lonkonga guy from Club Brugge as well. So that's happening most likely very soon.
I think Locatelli too.
Yeah, they've made a bid for Locatelli as well.
That
yeah, they made a bid for Locatelli as well. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Nuno Tavares, left back coming in, definitely. That's a done deal from Benfica. About 8 million euros plus add-ons. So yeah, that's it for us now. It's time to go, guys. Thanks very much, Perry and Eben, for joining me on the show today. At least I didn't have to swallow spits. Thanks very much, Mr. Rogers, for the opportunity. Yeah, of course, you can always follow Boom Radio at Boom Radio NG on Instagram, at Boom Radio NG1, the number one on Twitter. Follow us at the Football Guys on Twitter at TheFOotBALLGUIZ. Follow Eben at Eben D Celebrant, let's say D Celebrant, and Perry at Atlanta_Perry. Me at Ogbeni Biola, and Buhari at Muhammadu Buhari. But it has been a fantastic weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing how the Copa America and the Euro finals will be shaping up by this time next weekend. But until then, of course, with the transfer window going on strong, have yourself a football-filled weekend.